Where's my time? 28. We have 2 minutes. Okay. Fred.
You're all right. You're all right. As long as you're in trouble, then maybe I'll stay out of trouble.
Sorry. That's all right. We'll call this meeting, the Board of Trustees meeting for May 17th, 2019 to order at 9:30. We'll now have the roll call by President Kinnaman.
Student trustee Vermont. Trustee Perez.
Here.
Trustee Wilson.
Here.
Trustee Sanchez Fulton.
Here.
Trustee Yant.
Present.
Madam Chair.
Present. We will have the Pledge of Allegiance led by our student trustee, Jonathan Vermont.
Please rise and join me in the allegiance. Ready? Begin.
All right. Before we progress, I would like to congratulate one of our board members. She is now on the State Board of Trustees for Community Colleges. Trustee Mary Jane Sanchez Fulton. The agenda, pursuant to the Government Code Section 54954.2B2, the board may take action on items of business not appearing on the posted agenda upon a determination by a two-thirds vote of the board, or if less than two-thirds of the members are present, a unanimous vote of those present, that there is a need to take immediate action and that the need for action came to the attention of the local agency subsequent to the agenda being posted as specified. Are there any additions, corrections, or deletions to the agenda for May 17th, 2019? The agenda then stands confirmed as presented. Minutes. 3.01, approval of minutes. Are there any additions, corrections, or deletions to the regular meeting minutes of April 10th, 2019? If there are no corrections to the minutes, they stand approved as presented. Thank you. At this time, comments from the public. Persons who wish to speak to the board on any item not already on the agenda may do so at this time. There is a time limit of 3 minutes per person and 15 minutes per topic, unless further time is granted by the board. Your comments will be timed, and you will be asked to stop speaking when the timer sounds. This time limit will be doubled for members of the public utilizing a translator to ensure the non-English speaker receives the same opportunity to directly address the board unless simultaneous translation equipment is used. Please understand the board welcomes your comments but are not able to respond. Are there any requests? I believe so. Okay. And we will start with Michael Majilton. Good
Before our
morning.
time begins, I'd like to ask if I could extend my speaking time because my colleague Jeff Agopian has not arrived yet, and he was going to cede his time to me.
Oh, well, we could listen to our other speaker first, and then let's see if he comes in, and then we can do it the correct way. Okay, thank you. Okay, at this time then, we will have Mr. Melendez, AKA Gilberto J, AKA Wally.
Good morning, Board of Trustees, College Board of Trustees, employees of COD, and we the people. I'm glad to see you. I'm happy to see you. I'm glad that somebody's working. So, I'm loitering outside to see if I know anybody that comes to this meeting, and nobody. And I'm noticing the the welcome mat outside. Says College of the Desert, Luxit Veritas, 1958. So we've been in existence for about 60 years. And the first thing that comes to my mind is that this college started as a 2-year college, and it's still a 2-year college. And I've mentioned this many times about 2 years meaning a vocational trade. But I don't want to dwell on that. What I want to dwell on is something that perturbs me. I figure that I'm probably about the oldest guy that attended this college. So I'm amongst a bunch of high schoolers who are very smart and that know how to use all those gadgets. And you think that they're playing on those gadgets, but they're actually doing homework on those gadgets. And I'm going, what? And I'm still using a paper and pencil? Yeah, but what perturbs me about them, the high schoolers, is the mindset that they have, their indoctrination, their indoctrination. They come indoctrinated from high school over here to a 2-year college, and they are indoctrinated in the sense that they will go to this college and then transfer to another college where they can pursue their bachelor's degree. I don't agree with that. They should know that when they get out of school, it's no high school no more. It's serious business. It's dog eat dog. It's not, don't run to your mommy and your daddy. So you start out as a freshman, and then a sophomore, and then a junior, and then a senior, and that teaches you about the real life out there.
Thank you. Okay, Michael, why don't we start with you, and sometimes the board is just really nice and lets you go over, okay? We'll see what happens, if he doesn't get here.
So I am Michael McJilton. I'm just finishing up my 16th year here at COD in the Department of Math and Computer Science. I'm here to talk about the EDGE program today. So historically, the math department has been opposed to one particular tenet of the EDGE program, namely allowing students to reassess to possibly increase their placement. Data was presented to us a number of years back that appeared to show that this actually was working out, but the statistical methods used were very flawed. Looking at the data in more appropriate methods showed that those that placed higher really did not do better than those that originally placed there. Those that took the EDGE program and stayed at the same placement did a lot better. So it does work well when dealt with appropriately. With AB 705, that's actually irrelevant now because we do not offer a placement exam anymore, and students can actually place themselves at any transfer level class they want at will. And due to that, over the past year, the math department has been discussing things that we can do to help the EDGE program with that. We've had discussions about what kind of program could be done to help with those, what kinds of things we could do in terms of guided self-placement, which is a key component now as well. And there's a cohort of 5 of us that have really been working on it, and we're interested in applying for the EDGE program to be teachers this summer. Excuse me. February 14th, Human Resources sent out an email asking for interest, and there were 5 of us again that were going to send in letters. 4 actually did. I was getting ready to towards the end, but what happened was the positions got pulled back, and we were told that it was going to be offered through PACE. And that seemed a little bit strange at the time. Now, later on, we decided to take a look at the backup materials for our programs, or for the meetings here, excuse me. And for this particular meeting, I noticed that on the consent agenda are a list of temporary employment agreements, which include teachers for the EDGE program. Found that there were 8 teachers for the math program on the EDGE. And of the 5 of us that were really interested, only 2 were offered those positions, okay? I mean, here's a breakdown of the 8 that were that are on this list here. 2 tenured math faculty that are active in the department when it comes to policy, when it comes to curriculum, etc. There is 1 tenured math faculty who has not been active for quite a while with the department as a whole. There's 1 tenured faculty that's not in the math department. 1 adjunct math faculty who hasn't taught a math class here in the last year. There's 1 adjunct faculty that's not in the math department at all. And there are 2 non-faculty that appear to have been hired solely for the EDGE program. So that only 2 out of 5 interested active math faculty were chosen is a little bit perturbing. We're the ones that are active in the current curriculum, that are knowledgeable about the current curriculum, about what we are considering for, excuse me, things such as guided self-placement, etc. So the big question is, how are these people chosen? There's no transparency to this at all. The original announcement did hold to the agreement that was negotiated that all of these types of positions must be advertised, but then it was pulled back. We have no idea how people were chosen. Yeah, my guess, in the case of the people in the department that were interested, is politics. I know that if my letter was there and I was in this pool, I probably would not have been chosen due to that. And it's rather disturbing. I know there's 1 other person that was not chosen, and I guarantee it was due to politics. It's an internal thing that is extremely disturbing. Then there's the compensation. I'm not sure how many people actually know what the EDGE teachers are being compensated, okay? For the first class in a 3-week session, they're being compensated $5,500. For a second class, $3,500. The $2,000 difference is for pre-session preparation work. This is not something that those that are teaching credit classes during the summer get. We don't get this. And here's another hypothetical. Let's look at an EDGE teacher who's teaching 2 classes for 2 3-week sessions. That's about 6 hours per day, 4 days per week for 6 weeks. That person is going to earn $18,000. The full-time faculty who is then teaching 3 3-unit lecture classes during the summer, credit-bearing classes, is going to be in there for about the same amount of time, and they're going to earn $12,600. And that time does not include the outside time that they spend grading, prepping, etc. Where's the equity? How is this even ethical? But the irony here to me is that we're using state equity funding to fund this. There is no equity here in this. Yeah, sorry, it's extremely disturbing to me that this is something that's occurring. There has been a push out there by a couple of people to say, hey, let's make this a non-credit program. Let's save a little bit of this equity funding for something that can help us with our pledge for a no-cost education. Take this money from Edge and use it for, say, maybe textbook and equipment vouchers for these students, and use non-credit as a way to also get FTES, help the operation of the college in this program. I don't object to the idea of the Edge program at all. I think it can be a great resource for the students that are coming in, first-time college students, et cetera. But the way it's working now, this is extremely loaded, but from what I can see about how the math people are chosen, it's almost like nepotism. And it's certainly a violation of the spirit of collective bargaining, okay? I don't know what else to say. It's a problem. And it's going to be repeated later, I'm sure, during the board reports. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much. And we did give you Jeff's time.
Thank you for that.
I hope that was all right with Jeff.
I'm sure it would be.
Was that all right? Yes. Okay, because I saw you walk in and I know he had said that you were going to do that, so, thank you.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
are those his remarks, written remarks?
Do you have written remarks?
I have one copy and I did not actually read from it. It's a little bit more verbose.
Would you mind, can we get a copy of that? Kind of give that to the clerk.
Thank you. Okay. If there are no further comments from the public, okay. At this time, the board will now recess to closed session. It's actually 9:45. We hope to conclude in closed session at 10:15 and reconvene in here at 10:30. However, we will give you updates if that does go over. All right? So at this time, we are recessed to closed session. We have a quorum here, and others will be joining us. We have some reportable action to state, because there was reportable action taken in closed session. In closed session, a motion was made by trustee Sanchez Fulton and seconded by trustee Perez to authorize President Kinnaman to extend an offer of employment to Jeff Baker as the president of Student Services effective, they don't want to hear the vote, do they? Oh. Effective May 17th, 2019 through June 30th, 2022. The motion carried with 5 members voting in favor and 0 members voting no, and the motion carried 5-0. And congratulations, Jeff. Yes, at this time, we will have public updates.
All right, thank you, Madam Chair. I would like to introduce Gary Plunkett, our Director of Kinesiology and Athletics, who will share some exciting news from our athletics department. Gary?
Good morning. Thank you, Dr. Kinnaman, Madam Chair, trustees, executive cabinet. Mr. Baker, congratulations. Thank you for allowing us a few moments this morning. Our spring sports season has just wrapped up, and we have some state-level successes we'd like to recognize this morning. I'm going to start by inviting up some members of our beach volleyball team. Please join me up here, Ashton and Kelsey and Coach Det. So behind me, I have our COD Volleyball #1 pair. Ashton Linus and Kelsey Smith, and they are the winners of the third place bronze medal in the 3C2A State Pairs Championship held this past weekend. They're displaying their medals. Kelsey is a freshman from South Delta Secondary in British Columbia. Ashton is a sophomore from Palm Springs High School, and they're accompanied sitting next to me by their head coach, Detlef Roth. Briefly about beach volleyball. Our COD beach volleyball team, team competition is 5 pairs competing against an opponent, best out of 5 wins. However, when the regular season is over, there's a pairs tournament. The best in the state competing against each other was held in San Diego. It's a 2-day event. If ESPN were covering the state tournament this year, this pair behind us would have been dubbed the Cinderella of the tournament. They entered the 32-pair tournament as the number 26 seed, but immediately the upset was on. Day 1, they won 2 out of 3, defeating Ventura and Cabrillo, advancing to the day 2 of the tournament and the round of 16. The second day was a whirlwind. They started that morning with an upset of inter-county rival Riverside City College to advance to the round of 8, where they defeated the number 2 seed from the north, powerhouse Sierra College, to advance all the way to the Final Four. In the Final Four, they in a very close competitive match, they went down to Grossmont College, eventual state champion, and they come home with 3rd place medals around their necks. So congratulations, ladies. I just want to say that when people think of beach volleyball, when that is mentioned, you're not thinking of Palm Desert, okay? But these 3, along with their teammates, the assistant coaches who put in so much time throughout the spring, they've changed that, and they've helped put COD on the map as a state power in beach volleyball in only our 2nd year of competition. And Ashton would like to briefly say a few words.
We'd just like to thank the school and thank everyone that was involved in creating the program and starting it, because it's been really awesome to have this. And we'd like to thank our coaches, coaching staff, and of course our wonderful team and my wonderful teammate Kelsey. Woohoo!
Got a rowdy bunch in the back I'm going to invite up next. Men's tennis, come on up, please. You want to set that up here, or you want to hold it? Put it on your head. There we go. Coach, you want to sit in? Yeah. I think you guys know something that we all know. We've got the state champion team behind us here. Yeah. So before I get to the student athletes, I'd like to recognize Coach Fritz, seated to my right. He's back after a 19-year hiatus. I wasn't around then, but in the 90s, Coach was our head coach here for about 10 years. And I believe, how many state titles did you win at that time, Coach? 5 or 6? 8. Oh, I'm sorry. So back from a 19-year hiatus, hired in the fall, and assembles a team that sweeps the state. And that's the guys behind me. So that's so many accomplishments, but I'm just going to go down the list. The 3C2A State Dual Team Championship, that's this trophy sitting right here. In tennis, when you compete as a team, it's 6 athletes competing in 3 doubles teams and then again in 6 singles, best of 9 wins. So we went in as the number 3, should have been the number 1. Went in the tournament as the number 3 seed in the South, went on to defeat number 2 Irvine Valley on the road, and then on to the Southern California Championship against defending state champion Cerritos College at their place and beat them 5-2. And that was to advance up to the state championship held in Ventura a few weeks back, where we faced the number 1 seed from the North Foothill College and came away with a 5-1 victory in the state championship. It was exciting. But in tennis, they also get to compete in the prestigious Ojai tournament, a 4-day tournament to determine singles and doubles champions. And guess what? We've got them right here. Calman Boyd, our number one, was a singles champ, Calman. And then Calman and his doubles partner, Alex Cooperstein, were state doubles champs. The team finished with a 19-1 overall record. Only loss came to a national JC from Arizona. So we were... The Ojai tournament also has its own competition. I believe it's known as the Ojai Cup, which we won. Most singles and doubles total wins over the whole tournament. So every guy had a hand in that. I think we won that by maybe 2 points. Obviously, we were conference champions as a team. And in the conference singles championship, it was actually doubles partners facing each other there, where Alex defeated Calman for the conference championship. And of course, Coach was awarded Coach of the Year. So briefly, I'd like to introduce him. If you raise your hand, Calman Boyd from Fusion Academy in Solano Beach. Calman. Sebastian Gomez Romero from Palm Desert High. Amir Hussein from GEMS American Academy, United Arab Emirates. Alex Cooperstein from Palm Desert High. And Manfred Voigt from Universidad Panamerica in Mexico City. And before I I'm just going to wrap with Alex coming. Alex is kind of the vocal leader. And a quick story at Irvine Valley, Alex and Calman were up big on their opponent to start. And Alex yelled out after a win, and the official came up to him and said, "Sir, I'd like to remind you not to direct your celebrations towards your opponent." And Alex said, "Is it okay if I direct them towards the fence?" And he said, "Of course." And he turned to the fence and said, "Let's go, COD!"
What's up, guys? So I had a lot of dreams of playing Division I when I was in high school. I think my sophomore year was when I really started taking it seriously, and I'd always, visioned of playing at a big school, but, things changed, and I found myself at COD, and I couldn't be any more thankful of the school for making it, me feel like I'm at home, for real. Like, I've lived here all 20 years, and, being so close to home has just helped me so much, just financially and just getting my life on the, on the right track. So thank you guys, everyone. Appreciate it.
Okay, Coach. Well, that's a wrap. Thank you so much. Okay, thanks, guys. Thank you. And next, I would like to introduce. Grab a picture outside. I would like to introduce our athletic counselor, Angel Moraz, who has an state level achievement award honoree with her. Angel.
This job is so fun. Thank you so much for giving us the time to honor our students today at the board meeting. Each year, the California Community College Counselors Advisors Academic Association for Athletics awards student athletes through our Student Achievement Award. The award is intended to honor student athletes who have overcome great personal, academic, or emotional odds to achieve success while participating in intercollegiate athletics. These are students who benefit most from the academic advisement programs. They are our motivation, and they are our sense of satisfaction. This year, we nominated 2 of our student athletes for this award, Vicky Vasquez and Alessandro Hamilton. These students were recognized at our annual convention and each earned a $100 award for their outstanding achievements. I will first say a few words about Alessandro, who couldn't be here today because he's working to save some money as he prepares to transfer. Alessandro was a defensive lineman for our football team this year. He was nominated for this award based on his ability to overcome adversity and his ability to turn every difficult situation into a positive experience for him and his peers. After witnessing a close friend's murder right after high school, he made the decision that he had to do things differently for his life. He made very intentional decisions to move out of his neighborhood, to focus on school, and to pursue his dream of playing football. He has done all of these things with strong commitment and fierce focus. He is inspirational to his peers. He serves as the president of our Amen Charter, and he is graduating this spring with a 3.7 GPA and an associate's degree in psychology. He is still pursuing a few scholarship opportunities, so I'm not sure yet where he's transferring, but he's just trying to make a decision where he's going to continue playing football next year. We're all very proud of him. Vicky, who is sitting next to me, and her coach, Garrett Estrin, who's behind us, was nominated for this award based on her ability to push through adversity while maintaining a positive attitude. At the age of 5, Vicky was diagnosed with aortic stenosis, did I say that right? And a serious valve disease that restricts blood flow to the rest of her body. The condition required Vicky to go through open heart surgery. After recovering, Vicky was told that she was not going to be able to participate in any demanding sports because of her condition. This, however, did not deter Vicky from pursuing her love for soccer. She began competing at the young age of 6, just a year after her surgery. I think now about how courageous Vicky and her parents had to have been to pursue such a demanding sport after such an ordeal. But this is who Vicky is. She's fearless. She looks at challenging situations as a feat to accomplish, not a barrier that she has to overcome. In her own words, Vicky shares, "For many, this may seem like an extreme handicap, but to me, it is merely a small setback. I truly believe that I was in some way destined for this life to take the course it did. I was meant to have a heart condition in order for me to grow as an individual and become the person I am today." Vicky, we are very proud of you, and you are so deserving of this award.
I just want to say thank you to my parents for always supporting me, and for Angel and my coach Garrett for nominating me for this award. Thank you.
Thank you again.
If they want to come back, yeah.
Congratulations to all of you from the Board of Trustees.
Okay, okay, Madam Chair.
Yes.
I'm happy to announce that we were recently notified that our EDGE program has received another national award. This was in the category of student services and activities from the League of Innovation for Community Colleges. And for those of you not familiar with the League for Innovations, it's a program that recognizes innovative programs in community college. It has 20 member institutions, but that are our original members, and then other affiliated colleges across the nation. So it's quite a recognition. Dr. Neri, would you please come up and introduce some people. You're in charge. So let them know that part of the league recognition is individual recognition for those that are involved in the innovation. That was Dr. Neary's directive.
Wow.
So this one's for Amanda Phillips. So people didn't know originally, the start of the EDGE program was with the original director, Jessica Enders. And then Amanda Phillips was the second director of EDGE and Pledge. The third and the one who scaled it and replicated it was Katie Chartier. Now, we couldn't have an innovative program without the work of the faculty, so I'd like to invite Felix Marguenta Donate.
He didn't yell. Is that my Felix? He didn't yell.
Now, Gary Bergstrom was here. He was the original faculty for the reading, writing, and English component, and I will give this to him at a later time. He was here earlier, but he had a, but please have a round of applause. Another originator and innovator for math faculty in the math curriculum is Laura Brown. And next, to infuse some reading apprenticeship and on-course along with Gary is Reed Segura.
Thank you, Dr. Neary.
Scoot over again. Scoot over togetherness. Here we go. Put our microphones. Congratulations, everybody.
Right here, guys. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Again. 1, 2, 3. One more. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for all your hard work with the Edge and Pledge program.
Okay, Madam Chair, at this time I'd like to introduce our new employees. First, Ashley Campos, Accounting Technician Fiscal Services. Ashley grew up in the Coachella Valley. She obtained an Associate of Science in Business Administration from College of the Desert and then transferred to California Polytechnic University, Pomona, where she received a Bachelor of Science degree in Finance, Real Estate, and Business Law last year. Ashley's worked in various accounting positions for several prior to pursuing her education. She returned to the Valley after graduation and joined College of the Desert in December of 2018 as a substitute accounting technician. Ashley looks forward to playing a vital role within her department in the success of the college. Welcome, Ashley. Please stay with us up here, okay? Next, I'd like to introduce Alicia Rosado, Bursar technician, part-time, and fiscal services. Alicia was born and raised in the Coachella Valley. She was a former student at College of the Desert and also attended Santa Barbara Business College, where she earned an Associate of Science in Business Administration. Alicia previously handled the bookkeeping for several small businesses here in the Valley and later worked for an alarm company as both a department coordinator and an office manager. In addition to her new position here at the college, she is also currently employed at In-N-Out Burger, where she improved on her customer service skills and works in a fast-paced environment. This has proven extremely helpful for the Bursar's office. Who comes up with this? She has a friendly demeanor and enjoys working with students to help them achieve educational success in any way she can. Eve Duhant, Executive Assistant for the College of the Desert Foundation. Eve grew up in France. She earned her bachelor degree in international activities in 2003. She moved to Vancouver, Canada in 2005, where she gained over 10 years of administrative assistance experience. She worked for, I may get this wrong, Metax, a not-for-profit organization focused on research and innovation in Canada, where she served as an executive assistant and was then promoted as the administration manager. In her role there, she worked closely with the board of directors and organized all the internal events. Eve is the new executive assistant to the College Foundation. She is married to Vincent Gandrillion, and they both have been living in the Coachella Valley for the past 3 years. In her personal time, she enjoys painting, practicing, and teaching Pilates. Welcome. Next, I'd like to introduce Luis E. Cazares, tool room attendant. He is one of 6 children and a father of 3 teenagers. He is proud of being a first-generation college student and proud that he will graduate from College of the Desert in May 2019 with a degree in automotive technology. He looks forward to applying his knowledge and experience to his current position and is excited for the future and the opportunity to grow with the college. In his free time, he loves to go hiking, camping, fishing, shooting, and also loves spending quality time with his family around the grill. Welcome. At this time, I'd like to introduce Ruben Benacourt, Lab Tech, Heating, Ventilation, Air Conditioning, Refrigeration, and Energy Programs. Ruben works primarily at the Palm Desert campus, but also assists with our concurrent programs at Amistad and Mount San Jacinto high schools. Ruben is a native to the Coachella Valley, born in Indio, California. He and his wife, Abril, have been married for almost 4 years. They have a 2-year-old French bulldog that completes their... I love that. That completes their small family at home. Ruben's hobbies consist of baseball and using his grills to smoke food. Before coming to College of the Desert, Ruben worked for 9 years at the Weston Mission Hills and Rancho Mirage in maintenance and repairs. During that time, he completed several industry trainings and certifications, and he is currently working on his air conditioning AS degree at COD. Ruben hopes to introduce his experience and work ethic to current and future students. He enjoys working with others and learning from the best to become the best. Welcome. And would you like to come up and take pictures with us as well?
You're nice today.
Today I'm always nice.
No. Usually makes them go to the microphone.
Yeah, he makes it, yeah, that's true. Oh. That's what, yeah, we scare them. I mean, no, when you go on the microphone. Congratulations.
Welcome.
Got everybody? Okay.
Okay, guys, ready, right here, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Again, 1, 2. Thank you.
Thank you. Again, welcome aboard and congratulations.
I'm finished.
The president is finished. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, now we will go into the reports. Associated Students of College of the Desert. Ascot. Arturo. We're in applause mode.
Good afternoon. Good morning, Madam Chair, board members, Vice President, and Dr. Kinnaman. So as we finish the rest of the semester off and we gear up to go to commencement / graduation, I am happy to say that I'm graduating this year, finally, you know. So. Thank you. I'm even more flattered. Yeah. So I will still be here in June, so I'll hope to give my last report next month. But as for this month felt like it took forever to finish. So with finals gearing up, so I would like to announce two subjects, and the first one is the election results. Last week we finished our elections from Monday through Thursday, and we had polls set up in Indio on Tuesday and Wednesday. Palm Springs on Monday, and on Thursday we went to Mecca Thermal, and they were a great turnout. I'm very glad I was able to make the time to go to each of these campuses, and I hope that in the future that we were able to set up more time and to have more people vote in the upcoming election. But as for the results, I would like to say that I would like to start off with the transportation fee. It passed with 61%. So that's a good thing. I'll be honest, I was a little nervous about it, but I'm glad to see that, you know, students are very, they really want, if this is something that's going to help them succeed in the community college, and they're willing to help their peer in these bus passes. So I'm very happy to see this result. As for president, I have there was 3 candidates, Yasmin De Leon, Aaron Wilms, or 2 candidates, Yasmin De Leon and Aaron Wilms. And Yasmin De Leon won. She's sitting right back there. You want to raise your hand, Yasmin? For vice president, there were 4 candidates. It was Emily Calderon, Larissa Chavez-Chiles, Heather Moran, and Carla Flores Rosa. And Larissa Chavez-Chiles won for vice president. For officer of fiscal affairs, it was David Dominguez. Officer of Academic Affairs was Annika Acosta. She's also sitting back there. So, would you like to come up? David, would you like to also come up? For student trustee, we had 3 candidates, Kiana Garcia, Gabriana Andrea Martinez, and Ireland Inez Olsen. And the winner was Kiana Garcia. So, congratulations to her. And for independent senator, there is Maria Cuatel Ramirez. And so these are going to be the future face of the student body, and I'm more than happy to say that I'm leaving, but there's definitely going to be I'm leaving. That's a good thing, but also that there's somebody who's going to be taking over, and especially with the help of Carlos, that's a great advisor and someone who always is the foundation of the student body. So I'd like to thank him personally. And so as we move forward, we hope that everybody definitely passes their classes and they finish their rest of the semester strong, and that this upcoming month we'll have training for those who are in ASCA for the next year, so we can prepare them to be the student voice in important committees and also in the state level. So that's my report, and thank you very much.
Congratulations to our new officers from Ascot. At this time, we'll have a report from the Auxiliary College of the Desert Foundation.
Good morning, everyone. I bring you greetings from our Foundation Board President, Bill Chenowitz, who had intended on being here this morning, but in addition to being president of our Foundation Board, he's also president of a local country club, and he called me early this morning and said, John, there's a lot of things brewing at the country club today, so please fill in for me. First of all, congratulations, Vice President Baker. We're very excited for your appointment. I'd also like to thank Vice President Zakovic for his support and the support of all of the HR team in helping us to get our new executive assistant who you just met. We appreciate everything your wonderful team did for us. So a couple of items that we'd like to share. The first is our Community Engagement Tour program has had a great spring term. We kicked off the program in February, and we've had more than 125 people from across the Coachella Valley come on our 2.5-hour tour to learn about the great academic programs of COD, to learn about the wonderful resources that the college offers to residents in our valley, and gets them excited about the mission of the institution. Many of the new leadership donors that the foundation is able to attract come to us through this community engagement tour program. So I'd like to particularly thank Dr. Neary and all of the members of the faculty and administration who help us to engage the members of our community in this wonderful program. The Foundation Board has recently financially supported a new partnership program with Desert Sun to fund 2 student interns who will be mentored by the executive editor of the Desert Sun this summer. And again, I'd like to acknowledge Vice President Neary and also Pam Hunter from Institutional Advancement, who helped the members of our Foundation Board get this new partnership launched. I'd also like to acknowledge the work of Dr. Jennifer Mesquita, the college's new Director of Alumni Engagement. Dr. Mesquita has been working on a variety of exciting new initiatives for the alumni program. Since September, she's been able to grow the number of good contact information from 300 alumni to now over 17,000, which is really a wonderful accomplishment. With the help of Dr. Daniel Martinez, our Director of Institutional Advancement, she's completed an alumni survey and some focus group interviews. That information is being reviewed by President Kinnaman, and after he gives permission to share it, we look forward to being able to share that with the broader community. Lastly, we're excited that the athletics department has selected October 19th as the homecoming date for this coming fall. So more to follow in that area. The foundation joins the college in being very excited about the expanded commencement activities that will be at the tennis garden next week. The foundation is very honored and excited that our Fund for Student Success will be able to underwrite the cost of regalia for all of this year's graduates. Lastly, I'd just like to acknowledge and thank President Kinnaman for his visionary leadership. His active involvement with the foundation has made it possible for our board to be in alignment with his vision and the vision of this board, and it's been really a great year. I would be remiss if I didn't also recognize Trustee Aurora Wilson for her outstanding leadership. Not only does she keep our foundation board very connected to this board, she has been the chairman of the foundation's development committee, which is our most important committee, and done an outstanding job. So thank you. I ask you all to join me in thanking Trustee Wilson. That's our report. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And at This time, we will move on to the California School Employees Association, CSEA.
Morning. My name is David Schutz. I'm a computer support specialist here at College of the Desert since 2001, and I'll be delivering the CSEA's board report today. First of all, we'd also like to extend our congratulations, Jeff Baker. Congratulations, sir. Glad to hear it. Negotiations update. CSEA and the district's negotiating team met on May 7th. The groups reviewed and made progress on numerous items. We agreed on 2 new job descriptions, maintenance mechanic and public safety dispatcher. We also made progress on 2 out of 3 reclassification requests from 2018. We're hoping to receive a counter on the Edge specialist job description soon. CSEA handed in our initial contract proposals to the district. We did not receive the district's initial proposal at the meeting. We look forward to our next meeting on June 7th. We hope to be as productive as we were last year when we negotiated 16 articles within about 3 weeks. We know what's possible when all parties come to the table prepared. We also want to express our concern with the current state of negotiations with our adjunct friends. Adjuncts are very important to this college and should be treated as such. We're aware of some of the material going across the table and want COD Adjunct Association and our wonderful adjunct faculty members to know that classified staff are behind you and will continue to support you. We would also like to take a moment and welcome Jeff Hagopian in his new role as president of the COD Faculty Association. Congratulations, Jeff. As to the atmosphere of classified unit, although some issues have arisen over the past few months, we are moving forward with positivity and solidarity. We look forward to contributing to guided pathways, as well as helping to improve professional growth and staff development opportunities for classified staff. We're hoping that the recent AB 1808 allocation of $47,500 will help raise the bar for the training offered to classified bargaining unit members. And now some fun stuff. As you know, our CSEA annual barbecue is today, started at 11:30, goes till 1 p.m. Please stop by if you can and grab some delicious food. To save time, our public safety officers would be more than happy to shuttle you back and forth from the picnic. We want to express our continued appreciation for the district, especially Dr. Kinnaman for sponsoring this gathering. And classified staff are a vital part of the team, and receiving support from the district is essential to progress. We hope to see you soon, and thank you again for your support.
Thank you. And at this time, we will hear from the College of the Desert Adjunct Association.
I did not submit a written report to you this month because there is nothing to report. Our negotiations appear to be going nowhere, and I have run out of words to express the magnitude of my disappointment, my frustration, and my anger.
Thank you. At this time, we'll hear from College of the Desert Faculty Association. And I believe he was unable to get back here, so we have a written report. Thank you for that. And at this time, the Academic Senate.
Good morning, everyone. It's been a quick 2 years for those of you who are going to wave bye to me and soon. No, I'm very proud to have been representing our faculty, a really incredible group for the past 2 years, and I look forward to really getting more focused on my MESA director role again, but I believe I've accomplished quite a lot and made sure things were moving forward in my role as Senate President. Of course, it's been another great year at College of the Desert. I'd like to take credit, but I didn't really have anything to do with it, I don't think. But we have continued growth. Our graduating class is going to be, again, I think our largest ever. But we still have some challenges that we will confront as we move forward. I certainly appreciate the effort of everybody at the college for their hard work. The faculty will continue to participate in the continuation and development of new programs that will better serve our students. The Faculty Senate will continue to support these programs under the leadership of our new president, Kim Dozier, and she will be supported by a strong group of faculty that make up the Senate executive team. One new member, Pamela Stegman, our newly elected Chair of Educational Technology. Donna Green will be there still as our re-elected Chair of Faculty Development. John Learned, continuing as Curriculum Chair. Oceana Collins, Chair of Ed Policies and Practices. And Ed Reed will fill out the remaining year of Kim Dozier's role as the Outcomes and Assessment Chair. Artel Garcia will be serving as the voting representative of the adjunct faculty, and Michael Gladich was elected to serve now as the junior adjunct representative. We have one other member of the Senate exec team leaving, and that's Kristen Smith, who's going to continue in her role as the faculty coordinator of Guided Pathways. I want to thank Kristen for her many years of service to the Academic Senate. Also want to take this opportunity to congratulate the new members of our union executive board, President Jeff Agopian, who wasn't able to be here, Vice President and Secretary Oceana Collins, and Treasurer Vicki Curry. Congratulations to them all, and a big thank you to the outgoing President, Denise Diamond, who has served in that position for the last 6 years. During our recently held elections, we also selected the Outstanding Faculty of the Year, and I want to congratulate this year's Faculty of the Year, Ms. Heather Benesh. Okay, I want to take a few moments to try to report on a few activities of our faculty. Ahmed El-Shafi and Jorge Perez recently visited Jet Propulsion Laboratory as they prepare to begin the work on the NASA grant that will be adding some new and exciting curriculum to our new science courses. That includes several components that will culminate in at least 6 of our students, not this summer, but next summer, will have a full internship opportunity at Jet Propulsion Laboratories. During that visit to JPL, Ahmed was also invited to return the next day to the 100th anniversary of the telescope on Mount Wilson. And he hopes as well to plan some field trips for students to JPL and Mount Wilson. Jorge and Richard Burns attended a 2-day training session at for the NASA Community College Aerospace Scholars Program in Washington this past month. And on one final note, we've been recently contacted by the Chemical Engineering News, a publication of the American Chemical Society, regarding our work we've been doing with our internship program over the past several years. They interviewed Robert Gwynn a couple weeks ago about his participation, and we'll be including an article in their publication in June or July. I look forward to sharing that article with you when it comes out if you are interested. So apparently the success of our innovative internship program has now become known across the country. Lastly, I would like to update you on a couple of MESA students. I know these aren't the only students. Other faculty could come forward with just as many, but I want to recognize a couple. We have Razik Noorali. After spending 3 years at College of the Desert, he transferred to UC Santa Cruz, where he completed his degree in physics and astrophysics, and now has been accepted into the same program at the University of Michigan into the doctoral program. The second student, Sarah Rodriguez, Sarah transferred to Cal State San Bernardino a short time ago, only in 2017. She completed a degree in biochemistry in 5 quarters. That's less than 2 years. And she's been accepted into the UCR doctoral program with, again, a full research associateship that she will be working on. I believe it's worth noting that both of these students participated in our summer and research experience opportunities at COD. So I guess once you get that research bug, maybe you can't run away from it. And tomorrow night we'll be honoring our MESA transferring students that are going to have some stories similar to these at our transfer banquet in the Craven Center at 6 p.m. And Razik and Sarah will both be in attendance, and they will speak during this event. I hope you're able to attend. Thank you.
I understand, before we get to the governing board, that we have public comment, and we don't want to have somebody leave, since we're all committed till the end of this. I don't know that the public really wants to stick around. So if it's all right with the board, we'll shift gears slightly and we'll accommodate the public comments at this time. I think so. Yes, okay. Okay, so public comments. We're skipping down to number 10. We're making a slight deviation from our board agenda. Persons who wish to speak to the board on any item may do so at this time. There's a time limit of 3 minutes per person and 15 minutes per topic unless further time is granted by the board. Your comments will be timed and you will be asked to stop speaking when the timer sounds. Please understand the board welcomes your comments but are not able to respond. And at this time we have Laura Croft and Graft. I'm sorry. It's hard to read these sometimes. And Felix.
Lara Croft. Welcome. We're here to review the public comments we heard this morning. We were
Enlighten.
Yes. Shed some light.
Shed some light
and
on
reality on what the EDGE program is and how it started and a little bit of our history. Laura and I started this program 2000, the year my daughter was born, 2010.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
we didn't start what's currently called the EDGE program, but we wrote a proposal to the, and the reason we felt we needed to do this is because we realized that most of the people here now were not here then. So we wanted to shed some light on the history. So at that time, we had a vice president that I didn't like very much, but Farley Herzick, and he did support us in this. We were not comfortable with the placement exam being a death sentence.
And we kept witnessing in our math classes a lot of students that were beyond ready for that class. There was no reason why they needed to go through 2 years of math, 2 years of algebra jail to get to a transfer level math class. And we saw that problem of practice. And we identified it and we knew how to attack it. And
especially because when students were adding 2 years on because of their placement exams, and we could only control so much of that 2 years. And we saw them going into classes that we knew they were prepared to go into, that we knew they were prepared to pass. And yet we would hear back many things out of their control that kept them from getting the grades that we truly felt they had earned.
Yeah.
So we felt that we needed to look into a way to what AB 705 does a lot now.
it took the chancellor 10 years to catch up to our program. We've been doing this for a long time. And
I do give Farley Herzick credit for grabbing that and taking. I didn't like him before that, but I give him credit for that. He took that, and we started this program. And admittedly, no question, if Dr. Neary had not come along and done her magic, it would just still be, what was it called?
It wouldn't be alive.
Let's Do Math.
Let's
was our program.
Pull it by the bootstraps or something like that.
It was something like that, yeah. So it wouldn't be EDGE.
It wouldn't exist. It wouldn't exist. This
But we
program
were-
wouldn't have never left the math department.
We were swimming uphill the entire time.
It's
We
very
were,
difficult to start a program.
It's-
It is. It takes innovation. It takes time. It
And
takes,
buy-in.
And we met every day at 7 in the morning, and we debated for the whole day, or for the whole morning, what we were going to do and what approach we were going to take. And rather than telling our students what they needed to learn, we sat there in class and we analyzed our students and we determined that they are at a certain level, we got to meet them where they're at and bring them up. So it requires daily planning.
we took responsibility for saying, this is where our students are, and so this is the students that we have. We never once said you should have learned this before. We never once said the high school should have. We didn't ever say anything like that. We said, this is where we need to go. So we just saw promise and assets. And that included a lot of time in planning. So when we wrote the program and we did our final reports on the program, There was a lot of time and planning built into it because it takes a lot of time to say every 3 weeks, these are the students I have now, and this is what I'm going to need to do to get them where I need to get them. And the next day doesn't go as planned. So again, you have to say, this is where we are now, and this is what it's going to take to get where we need to go. And if we could be confident that all of the faculty were doing that, we wouldn't have the percolator effect that we kind of have right now. So that takes a lot of time. So if we were confident that everybody was putting in that kind of time, then we would know that everybody was getting compensated for their time. I think I'm saying what I mean to be saying there. But again, we were constantly fighting an uphill battle in this program.
And
Everything
we're
we
still
presented
fighting
was
it.
negative.
It's still going. It doesn't matter how many awards we get, how many people we impress, what our numbers show. I mean, it's all clear. I mean, look at that table over there. You know,
It's a good program.
It's a good
with
program, but
Dr.
still.
Neary putting in the magic that had to happen. We had a really great idea, and we identified a problem. Dr. Neary put in some magic and stirred it up and with Katie and made this what it is. That
Believed
certainly
in it
wasn't
and put
us.
the resources and the people
But there's
that
a
we
lot
needed.
of history in this program and how it got to where it is now and why it has had the support for the faculty that it has now. I think we're good?
Oh, they can't ask questions, huh?
Nope, they can't ask questions.
I'm so
Well,
sorry.
hopefully we made our point clear, and I just don't agree with anything that was said this morning, and I didn't hear it.
And hopefully,
But
if you
I've
guys
heard from
have any
people.
questions about
So-
any of that, that you'll make sure you see where the history of anything that's in place now started.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Lauren.
Laura Croft.
I'm sorry, it's a long morning. Okay, at this time, the board then would like to take their noon recess for lunch. Is that correct? And we will be back in closed session. We hope to reconvene this time promptly at 1:30. However, we will be in communication, so if we are delayed, we will get back to you, hopefully prior to not showing up this time. So at this time, we are in recess to close session. Okay, so let's go. Okay, at this time, we will reconvene our meeting of the Board of Trustees. It is 25 after 2. I apologize that we were so long-winded and not here. Slow eaters. So at this time, we're going to go to the governing board. We have the student trustee, Ramont. Do you have a report for us today?
Let me get this up. All right. So, obviously, this is my last board meeting.
Oh, don't remind us of those things.
But, you know, it's been a really good year. I've really appreciated the opportunities that I've been able to have by being on this board. I know that our student body is always very grateful to be able to send a representative to this board, to be able to participate in this level of decision making for our college. It really is a great opportunity, and I thank you all for your support and your continued support of the student body. I just wanted to sort of lay out a few things because I am part of the first graduating class for the pledge program. Do you know how many students, Dr. Kinnaman? It's like
Dr.
70.
Neary, do you know?
It's about 70 students.
Okay.
And so I just wanted to speak on the behalf of those students and say that the pledge program and the EDGE program have been just a wonderful opportunity for us, and that obviously we've been nationally recognized, and it's gone well beyond just the valley, the reputation that this program has given for our college. But it really does mean a lot to the students. It means a lot to the high school students that are prospective students. It means just so much to everyone who, even the people who weren't able to participate in it, to know that the college is making those steps to make the college more affordable, to know that the college really does emphasize that the college really does emphasize helping the students financially, helping the students educationally with things like EDGE to give people an edge. And without those programs, we definitely would not enjoy the reputation that we currently have throughout the valley, and a growing reputation. And I mean, when we look more broadly at what's going on in the state of California with the community college system, we know that it's not unlikely that the college could end up looking like the rest of the stagnant system if we don't continue to push for these sort of accomplishments and these sort of programs. And so I really just applaud the work that the administration has done, the support that the staff and the faculty have given to these type of programs. And I really just commend the general, not always present sense of unity, but the fact that there is a good sense that the college cares about its students, and it is focused on the goal of educating its students, and it has not gotten inward focused so much to the point that we've lost sight of that goal. And I think it is apparent in things like the pledge program and the EDGE program. And so I really do believe as long as the college continues that trend, we'll be in a really positive place. And you know, hopefully we can stave off what's going on with the rest of the state and not bring that sort of negativity and those sort of problems back down to here. So I really just want to thank Dr. Kinnaman for all of the work that you've done. I mean, in my whole year here, nothing that's been put in front of us has been objectionable, to say the least. So it's been a really good year. And so I just want to thank everyone. And again, to thank the administration, the board, and the staff and faculty. It's really been a wonderful opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you. And I believe that we have something. I was kind of hoping that, there she is, our other trustee would return so that we could all be here for this. Jonathan, this is your last meeting. We are very, very proud of you. If you would step over here, please, because we have something on behalf of the board. We would like to thank you, and we would like to present to you the student trustee gavel for this last year.
Okay.
Everybody kind of scoot in.
Scoot in.
You know the drill.
You guys act like you haven't done this today.
Yes, get in here with us, please.
Oh, let go, Aurora. Sorry.
1, 2, 3, here we go, and beautiful. Thank you all very much.
Oh, and I have a jazz concert tonight.
And there is a jazz concert tonight, yes. And we wish you best of luck on that. And we have a box so that you don't damage that. Okay? And we want to thank you. You were a wonderful student trustee. We know you took great pains with keeping up with all of your extra academic stuff and your extracurricular activities and keeping your grades up so that we could be very, very proud of you. And we look forward to seeing you graduate. And we know that you're going to go places and do great things. And hopefully someday you'll even return here and do great things at our college. So thank you again, Student Trustee Vermont. Trustee Perez, please.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I don't really have too much to report, but I will say the Assemblymember Garcia was recently tapped by Speaker Rendon to be the chair of the Assembly Select Committee on the Status of Boys and Men of Color. Statistics show that people of color, specifically boys and men, get incarcerated, drop out of high school or college, or lose their lives to violence at disproportionate rates. So last Saturday, no worries. Last Saturday, Assemblymember Garcia held a roundtable discussion with different stakeholders who work with this population on how we can come together and support this vulnerable population. We must switch the conversation from at-risk youth to at-promise youth and look at it from a more positive lens. I attended partly because I had to, but I was happy to be there. It was a great discussion and the first of many to come. Congratulations to Dr. Neary and on the rest of the faculty on yet another recognition for the EDGE program. I'm a huge supporter through and through. And congratulations to our athletes. Good job, everyone. And congratulations to those transferring and graduating. I'm excited for next week.
Thank you. Now, at this time, we'll hear from Trustee Wilson.
Madam Chair, I'm sorry, I had some family issues come up over the last several weeks, so I apologize, I do not have a report, but I do want to wish the very best to our student trustee. It's been a pleasure having you on this board. You've been very interested, engaged, and I know you've learned a lot. So, and I have the feeling, I agree with our board chair, I have the feeling we haven't seen the last of you, so congratulations and good luck.
Okay, thank you. Trustee Sanchez-Fulton?
Yes. Also want to thank Trustee Junior Ramont. We see a lot. Just your endeavors and just reach for your dreams and do what you need to get done. Thank you so much for serving in this leadership. I know you took it very to your heart, trying to get, I saw you at all the events on campus and speaking on behalf of the students. That's wonderful to serve with you here. Wanted to also congratulate the class of 2019 for COD. I think I'm looking forward to commencement, and I want to thank the hard work that the students do to graduate. This is just the beginning. We want you all to come back and be our voice out in the Coachella Valley in whatever endeavors you do. So I'm looking forward to our commencement. It was a pleasure to attend the COD Transfer Center awards ceremony. It was so spectacular to see over 350 transfer students. What was our number?
There are over 360.
How many? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I think
it
we had
was
360.
360. So attended that.
the ceremony at the McCollum Theater. It's always such a joy to see at capacity the McCollum Theater with all the family and the friends. It was amazing to always see that, and puts a joy in my heart for all your hard work and accomplishments and the families that it takes. Attended yesterday the Builder Industry Association mixer yesterday, representing the college. It was wonderful to meet with a lot of the here in Coachella, the developers, etc. It was really great to be part of that. Attended the United Way fundraiser. I know President Kinnaman also attended that as well. It was a great event. And a very heartwarming congratulations to our own Desert Hot Springs Scholarship recipients, Abigail Abarros, Edwin Orros, Kimberly Sanchez Briones, Natalia Castillo, and Gilbert Regalo, from our own Desert Hot Springs. I'm part of the Desert Hot Springs Women's Club, so it was wonderful to see and to give those scholarships. Attended that, and then the Indio Women's Club, we also gave some scholarships and attended that event. Also, every day our first responders, one of our own public safety alumni received an award from the police chief at the Palm Springs annual police and fire appreciation ceremony. So it was wonderful to see our own alumni from our own academy get that the award. It was wonderful to partake on that. And in reflection of the upcoming graduation, I just want to leave this thought. Education doesn't change the world. Education changes people, and people change the world. So on that note, I just want to thank and humbly thank my own board for nominating me to run for the statewide position for community college trustee. So I want to thank my fellow board members, Julia for putting that together, our staff last minute. And what we're going to do is to advocate for all of our community colleges in California. So just want to thank all of you for allowing me to do so. Thank you, and that ends my report.
Thank you. Trustee Yount?
Thank you. As we're running late, I'll be brief as well. First of all, much thanks and appreciation to all our faculty, full-time and part-time, for ending another year, and we appreciate their work and do so greatly. Last month, we had a presentation about Cognito, and he's not here to hear this, but I took the time to take 2 of the modules, and I have to say that is the best online delivery program, you agree, isn't it, I've ever seen. Not only is the delivery sophisticated, the content is good, it's really good. I recommend it highly. This is the online program for mental health. It's really good. I recommend it for all faculty and staff and students as well. And I got certificates for doing it. And finally, this week on Wednesday, I started getting texts and email and then photos. People in Palm Springs saw the mall going down and were texting me and sending me pictures of piles of debris. And President Kinnaman was concerned that they were upset that that was happening. I had to assure them they were very happy to see it going down. Thank you.
Thank you, Fred. And Fred, I'm going to start on my report by giving you the certificate of completion.
Oh, well,
And thank you so very much for doing that. Congratulations, sir.
It's a great
I think this is his copy. Oh, no, that's just one of the 2, huh? I didn't get the other one. I was just giving
I've never
one.
done an online program that felt more like a gaming program. It's really interesting.
That's really great.
Yeah.
Okay, again, I'd like to give a fond farewell to our student trustee, Jonathan Vermont Jr. It's been a pleasure to have you as a member of our board. Congratulations again to Mary Jane Sanchez Fulton for her being elected to the State Board of Trustees. And congratulations to our very own Jeff Baker on his new appointment as the Vice President of Student Services, right? Okay. And then Today, we were fortunate enough to hear about our athletics department, our beach volleyball team. Congratulations out to them again, and to our tennis team. Those guys were incredible. Congratulations to the students that won the State Achievement Awards. Congratulations to our Edge Pledge program for all the years and the dedication of all of the individuals that have worked on that. Congratulations to our new ASCOD officers. And then Mesa, congratulations to our former students that are continuing on in their doctoral programs. This last month, I've had the opportunity to attend many events. We've already heard about the transfer recognition ceremony. Not all the students were able to attend. They are transferring, and some still don't know where they're transferring to. But I know that we have over 360 that were in attendance there. Also, I was able to attend Phantom of the Opera. Whoa, that just blew my socks off. I sat there and cried like a baby, even though I knew what was happening. And I wasn't supposed to be crying. The next thing, last night there was the professional development pinning ceremony. And I'll tell you, I have been in education for 38 years. I've never heard anybody say professional development was positive. Last night we heard great kudos. We heard praise about a program that was professional development that was a whole year commitment for 3 units of credit, and they received their pins. And that just, it was something that they felt benefited their students, and to them that was the most valuable thing that they had ever partaken in. So I want to thank the individuals that put that program together, thank the individuals that participated, and hopefully our students have really benefited from that program. I also attended the ABE graduation. That's our high school students. It was a conglomeration of 3 years, and I understand there will be at least one of those students that will be graduating next week with their AA degree, because they've waited 2 years to go through their high school graduation ceremony. And so that's something. We capture them, we bring them back in, they receive their high school diploma, and then they continue on with us, and they're able to continue their education and better themselves. That's always a big goal. I also had the opportunity this last week to meet with some students that were doing a special project. I believe it was a sociology class that they were a part of. They sat down with me and they discussed their project. It was about student health services. And I'll tell you, the research that those students had done, and not only presenting me with the problems that students here at College of the Desert face when it comes to health services and the obstacles they have to overcome, but also the solutions that they had. So I'm hoping that in the fall we'll be able to have a presentation, a study session on the student health services, and I've asked them, although some of them are graduating, to please try to come back to our board meeting, and I'll let them know when we're doing that so that they can give us a public comment section, a presentation of their report, because it was so well done. I was shocked. It was something that was on the scale of what I've seen at the state level of community college trustees trainings. It was that well done. The last thing I want to end with was a number of us have been attending or going out of the area and observing schools in other areas. I had the opportunity to view Iowa's Kirkwood College's campus. They have a beautiful hotel, restaurant facilities, culinary art department, and it was phenomenal. And hopefully we'll be able to find something better that we can do here in one of our campuses in the future. But it gave us some great ideas to move forward with. And with that, I'm going to conclude my report. Again, congratulations to everyone here for all their accomplishments this year, and thank you to our faculty and staff. Moving on, consent agenda. All items on the consent agenda will be considered for approval by a single, oh, excuse me, I forgot our president. I was trying to go so fast because he kept giving me this evil eye over here. So Superintendent President Kinnaman, I'm so sorry.
I have a real long report because I'm going to do our study session now.
Okay.
But first, I would like to also acknowledge Trustee Ramont, clearly he comes from a very, very solid gene pool. And you have really added to the dialogue, and we appreciate everything you've done this past year. And congratulations to Vice President Baker. And I want to thank Julia, Pam, Arturo, Casey, and whoever else on staff that brought together everything that's on that table back there. And I hope everybody will just take a few moments sometime before you leave to look at the accomplishments of a lot of people from this college this past year. So with that, are we? Thank you. All right. Every year at this time, I provide the Board of Trustees with information on the accomplishments of the prior year. And every year I know that we leave events and people out of the presentation, and that's just because there's so many great things we're doing. This year, again, was another amazing year. I've chosen to highlight the really, really big things, which is 28 pages long. Which means I've left out more than I've included. However, these things are the culmination of months, sometimes years of hard work, and the illustration of many of the small things we do every day. Much of what I'm about to present to you was summarized in the annual report that was distributed at the annual State of the College address, so you'll see and hear some repeat information. But this is such great information that I don't think it can be said enough. I wanted to remind us that everything we do on a daily basis centers on 5 goals from our strategic master plan, starting at the top with student success. We have a record number of graduates for the 5th year in a row. Last May, we awarded 1,475 degrees and certificates with 583 students walking across the stage. Next week, we'll confirm 1,566 degrees and certificates with about 750 students walking at commencement. All of our graduates will be wearing regalia that was paid for by foundation donors, and many will be wearing mortar boards that they decorated at Grad Fest, sponsored by the Alumni Association. As you know, this year we are holding our commencement activities at the Indian Wells Tennis Gardens. Planning commencement is always hard work. Changing the venue has really created some additional opportunities, and thank Dr. Parra and his committee for the work that they've done preparing for the event. Among the graduates this year will be the first participants in the Pledge program. This began in 2017 with the ambitious goal of removing financial barriers that so often keep some of our students from pursuing a higher education. By utilizing private donations to supplement traditional financial aid and scholarships, Pledge offers local high school graduates 2 full years of free tuition. The success of this program, coupled with additional financial support from our donors, allowed us to enhance the Pledge program this past fall. To further our goal of providing quality educational opportunities and close the college achievement gap, particularly among low-income and first-generation students. Pledge program participants now receive assistance with books, tutors, and childcare. Enrollment has increased 40% this academic year, with an additional 1,400 students enrolled in the Pledge program. We've seen the number of people completing degree and certificate programs increase 43%, and transfers to the California State University system grew 41%. Aside from the numbers, we know that when we talk to any of the Pledge students, we hear story after story of how the program affected them personally. This spring we launched an innovative option to help make meals affordable and convenient for students who can now purchase a food plan for $50 to $250 per semester. The larger option will provide 40 to 50 meals at Beep's Cafe for as little as $5 each. We recognize that even this modestly priced program can be out of the reach for some of our students. That's why students can use financial aid to cover the cost of the meal program. This is set up similarly to the campus bookstore, where students can utilize some of their Pell Grant, Cal Grant, or other scholarship money to cover educational related expenses. At this time, College of the Desert is the only community college offering this option to students. While College of the Desert has campuses all across the Coachella Valley, getting to class can still present a challenge to some students. To overcome this barrier, College of the Desert partnered with Sunline Transit Agency to create Hall Pass. This program provides COD students with free, unlimited sun bus rides anywhere in the Coachella Valley. All of these efforts combine to help our students succeed during their time here at College of the Desert. One example of student success is our campus radio station, KCOD. It is one thing for us to recognize the quality work of our students, but quite another when they receive national awards. Over the past 2 years, the Intercollegiate Broadcasting System has awarded KCOD with 25 Golden Microphone Awards, including 4 first-place finishes. This is quite an accomplishment for an organization that only began in 2011. Dr. Kelly Hall and Professor Laura Lee Jackson have every right to be proud of these accomplishments. Our radio station team isn't the only student group gaining national prominence. Last month, the College of the Desert Symphonic Band, under the direction of Michael Fleshman, performed at the famed Carnegie Hall in New York City. We are proud of all of our student musicians and recognize the countless hours of practice they put in to earn such an honor. I know you all remember when we had students from KCOD and our symphonic band speak to you. Their messages reinforced how important it is that we continue to provide learning opportunities for our students, not just in the classroom. This past year, we also saw some outstanding achievements in our athletic programs. Our football team won the coveted Palms to Pines Trophy over Mount San Jacinto College, and Luis Castanillas was named to first team All-State. Our men's golf team won the Pacific Coast Athletic Championship, while the women's golf team finished second in the state. The women's tennis team won the conference singles and doubles championship, while the men's team clinched the conference tournament by winning singles and doubles titles. Women's soccer received a Team Ethics Award of Merit as players Melita Pena, Annalise Anzolda, and Taylor Doyle were all named to the All-Pacific Coast Athletic Conference team. The men's soccer team went to the Southern California Regional Playoffs for the first time since 1999. Women's volleyball has a 20-win season, and softball has the most wins since 2015. Last but not least, the men's basketball had their first winning season since 2008. We had 16 student athletes named to academic all-state teams, with 4 College of the Desert head coaches named Coaches of the Year in their respective sports. These are great accomplishments by all of our student athletes and coaches, and also Dean Leslie Young and Athletic Director Gary Plunkett for their leadership. This past year, College of the Desert received the 2018 Chancellor Student Success Award by California Community Colleges. College of the Desert was one of only 2 colleges honored for programs designed to help students achieve their higher education goals. College of the Desert was a top 10 finalist for the Bellwether Legacy Award, recognizing the EDGE program. This national award requires 5 years of outcomes, data evidencing student success. As you know, but it bears repeating, between 2012 and 2018, student participation in the EDGE program has increased by more than 7,000%, from 22 students to 1,598. To date, over 4,300 students have participated in EDGE, representing over 1/3 of the entire student population. The average percentage of first-time college students who enrolled full-time jumped from 41% to 85% with the creation of the Pledge program in 2017. The American Association of Community Colleges named College of the Desert a finalist in 2 categories: advancing diversity and student success. Both recognize the EDGE program for its impact on eliminating achievement gaps for our diverse student population and for its significant impact on student success outcomes. The college's EDGE program team was also honored by the League of Innovation in the category of student services and activities. Again, the team consists of Dr. Annabelle Neary, Reed Segarra, Amanda Phillips, Laura Graff, Jessica Enders, Felix, Merwenda, Donate, Katie Charder, and Gary Bergstrom. I know that you, like me, appreciate how truly outstanding our faculty and staff is, and we're not alone. Several staff members received awards recognizing their work with our students. Phi Theta Kappa Palm Springs Women's Club and the Point Foundation all recognize the work of the college for a variety of the good work being done by the board, the leadership, faculty, and staff. Dr. Annabelle Neary was named as the state's Distinguished CSSO of the Year by the California Community College's Chief Student Services Officers Association for her work in developing the college's innovative EDGE program, her leadership in the K-14 Consortium, her efforts to provide mentoring services on campus and statement, and advancement in the college's student equity and achievement gaps. Lorelei Jackson received the Helene Galen Excellence in Education Award recipient at the Women's Leaders Forum of the Coachella Valley 7th Annual Women Who Rule Awards Luncheon. When accepting her award, she expressed her love and passion for teaching. Jackson highlighted how one of her favorite things is seeing students build their confidence and understand that they can succeed. Maria Avalos received the Ladybug Award for Excellence in Early Childhood Education. This award recognized her unwavering commitment to children and families in the Coachella Valley and her work to elevate the next generation of care providers, significantly impacting our community. The second goal from our strategic master plan is to effectively utilize planning and governance. This is another area where we are on the pathway to success. This year, we're finalizing our facilities master plan. Our facilities committee has been busy gathering information from multiple college stakeholders and will continue working with Cambridge West and HBI Architecture over the summer. During this time, we will complete the document and share it with the wider campus community in the fall. I thank John Vermont and John White for their leadership and the committee working on this process. We continue to make strides in our Guided Pathways project. The goal is to better align support services and help students successfully complete their degrees or advance to a four-year college program. The steering committee for Guided Pathways is co-chaired by Jeffrey Baker and Professor Kristen Smith. To reach this goal, Guided Pathways is organized in 4 different pillars, each signifying a distinct stage in a student's educational journey. Within the planning process and shared governance structure, we have teams addressing each of these pillars to make sure students are well prepared as they apply and enroll, select a degree or major, work towards completion, and are prepared to enter the workforce and continue their education upon completion of their coursework. Once this work is complete, it will be presented to the College Planning Council for integration. In addition to providing the proper classes to address the needs of our students, we also need to ensure our facilities enhance learning opportunities. We have a number of projects underway, not just at the Palm Desert campus, but across Coachella Valley to address fiscal stability and infrastructure needs. One of the many ways we are helping people overcome barriers to education is by offering classes near where they live and work. I'd like to thank the good work of Bean Pappas, Lindsay Vance, Ty Thomas, and the ESLN faculty. Earlier this year, we introduced our first classes in the city of Coachella, starting with English as a second language at the new library building. Our goal of establishing a West Valley campus in Palm Springs continues to move forward. Earlier this year, construction crews began work on what will be a 29-acre campus featuring 330,000 square feet facility. This will encompass instructional space, experimental labs, event space, a student-operated boutique hotel and restaurant with a teaching kitchen, and a high-tech digital accelerator space. Demolition of the existing building on the site is currently underway and is expected to be complete by the end of the year. The first phase of construction could begin as early as 2023. We are beginning to visit and evaluate other community college sites to learn best practices about both facilities and programs. This fall, we will break ground on a project that will double the size of the NDO campus to serve an additional 3,000 students. The new facility will add classroom and lab space, establish a library and career placement center, and expand the early childhood education facilities. We expect the expansion to be complete and start serving students in summer 2021. At the Palm Desert campus, you can clearly see several projects currently underway. The Hill Student Center will once again house the college library where it resided until 1998. The central quad, including the Fountain of Knowledge, will be refurbished, and the structure celebrating the 60th anniversary designed by our alumnus Philip K. Smith, and it will be installed. The adjacent building C is being updated and will house the office of the president, a boardroom for trustee and foundation directors meetings. Our Desert Hot Springs campus covers a 2-block radius that weaves together community needs and college services, in addition to assisting local high school students in concurrent enrollment program. This campus helps meet the growing needs for English as a second language classes, adult basic education classes, GED classes, basic education classes, and programs designed to help train people to work in the cannabis industry. Our Mecca Thermal campus continues to grow. The $850,000 observatory that opened in 2018 benefits astronomy and other STEM students. A new wet lab now allows the campus to offer biology and chemistry classes, while expanded workshop offerings also benefit students. We also look forward to adding a research center to study the Salton Sea and a working farm to train our agriculture students and provide fruits and vegetables for the culinary program. College of the Desert uses events such as our donor scholarship reception to celebrate the invaluable resources provided to our students by private donors and foundations. This reception allows students and donors to connect face-to-face, benefiting both. The students get to thank those having a direct impact on their education, while donors get to see firsthand how their contributions make a difference. This encourages ongoing support from these important benefactors. Each year, this event grows thanks to the hard work of the foundation staff and the staff of the Financial Aid Office. The 2017-18 year saw the Alumni Association donate $325,000 for student support and another $55,000 for recognition and engagement. The College of the Desert Foundation contributed more than $560,000 for college support and more than $690,000 to fund scholarships. We're grateful for those like Peggy Cravens, Vern Coslin, Myron and Joanne Mintz, the Richard Brook Foundation, and Academic Angels for their support. Stepping Out for COD gets bigger and better each year. This continues to be the largest single benefit of the year for College of the Desert Foundation. In 2018, we were treated to the lively show by Lucy Arnaz, featuring a 12-piece band and clips of I Love Lucy, paying tribute to her famous parents. This year's event was hosted by Patti LaBelle with another outstanding musical performance. This fundraiser continues to bring money for scholarships, textbooks, meal cards, child care, veteran services, and much more. Again, thank you to our foundation board, our staff, and a special thanks to our co-chairs, Nancy Stone and Diane Rubin. To ensure we are providing the best possible education for our students, we need to maximize our organization by helping faculty and staff develop their fullest potential and ensure we are working together as a team to keep students as our primary focus. In the quality focus essay of our accreditation self-study, integrated professional development was identified as something that could be strengthened on our campus. To that end, a work group with Andrea Strahel, currently serving as acting chair, has been established to make a recommendation to the College Planning Council about how best to accomplish this task. I'm getting close. All right. As we work to improve the educational opportunities for our students, we recognize that College of the Desert leaders need to continue to build their knowledge and skills to guide our student body. Coordinated by Sarah Butler, we currently have about 24 faculty, staff, and administrators working towards their doctorate degrees. This 3-year doctoral degree program covers a wide range of topics with the ultimate goal of having participants develop solutions to pressing issues here at the college. In addition to the outstanding flex activities organized by the Faculty Professional Development Committee, this year chaired by Donna Green, the college also partnered with the Association of College and University Educators, providing more than 20 faculty members the opportunity to enhance their teaching skills in support of our students. We offered several professional development activities for leadership staff. This included regularly scheduled human resource workshops in partnership with Lieber Cassidy Whitmore. College of the Desert also hosted a crisis communication workshop presented by SAE Communications. This firm was chosen by the Chancellor's Office to do training around the state. COD had about 30 members of leadership staff in attendance at the all-day workshop. The Registered Nursing Program received a 5-year approval from the Board of Registered Nursing. The BRN education site visitor found no areas of non-compliance and had no recommendations. Additionally, the Board of Public Health renewed approval of the Nursing Assistant Program and Home Health Aid course for their maximum of 2 years. And again, thank you to the nursing faculty and Carol Scobie. We also want to recognize Heather Beness as the College of the Desert Faculty Member of the Year. Beness is an assistant professor in our English department who inspires students inside and outside the classroom. Before she started teaching at COD, Beness was living in her car with her 5 children. Several staffing changes were made to enhance students' success outcomes and strengthen the college's executive leadership team. Appointments include the naming of Dr. Annabelle Neary as Vice President of Instruction, Jeff Baker now as Vice President of Student Services, John Ramond as Vice President of Administrative Services, Dr. Scott Adkins as Director of Education Centers West Valley, Jennifer Mosquita as Director of Alumni Relations, Marion Champion as Public Information Officer, and John White as the Executive Director of the Bond Program and Facilities. Each and every year, College of the Desert works to be active in our community. This involves projects that extend beyond the classroom to cover economic workforce development and community outreach to improve the lives of students across the Coachella Valley. To promote workforce development, COD offers contract technical education programs covering more than 40 career and technical fields. We also have formed a partnership with the Palm Springs-based Digicom Learning to bring new educational opportunities in digital media. The partnership will ultimately be based at the West Valley campus in Palm Springs. The annual State of the College address highlighted many of the achievements discussed here today. We are pleased to have Scott White, CEO of the Great Palm Springs Convention and Visitors Bureau, speak to the audience about the partnership between the college and the CVB as we all work to ensure there is a trained workforce for the hospitality industry. Also, Dr. Terry O'Banion, President Emeritus of the League for Innovation in the Community College, was a keynote speaker and shared his views on the history of the community college system and his excitement for the work we are doing here at College of the Desert. The event also offered an opportunity to share stories of just a few of our students and how College of the Desert is helping them achieve their dreams. In addition to providing some well-deserved recognition internally, this gathering of leaders from across the Coachella Valley helps these influencers see the direct impact College of the Desert has on our students and the wider role it plays in the advancement of the entire region. The State of the College address also highlighted how we are helping expand educational opportunities through partnerships with the California Indian Nations College. chartered by the 29 Palms Band of Mission Indians. The goal of this school is to provide education for tribal and non-tribal students through specialized certificate programs and associate degrees with Native American elements within the curriculum. College of the Desert has partnered with Fine Food Bank and the Hunger Free Campus Grant to bring fine food trucks to COD campuses twice a month. Students have access to free fruits, vegetables, and non-perishable goods. As part of this partnership, we also distribute free food to students on a case-by-case basis from food pantries on each of our campuses. Pledged students are part of the team distributing the food from Find as part of the 10 hours of community service they must contribute each year. I would thank our director of Student Life, Carlos Maldonado, and his team for the hard work they've done. Another way we are serving the whole student is through a partnership with Borrego Health. As of February 1st, Borrego Health now brings its mobile clinic to the Palm Desert campus each Friday, while the COD Health Center offers basic first aid and testing services. The Borrego Health mobile clinic can provide medical treatments and write prescriptions for students. These low-cost services are provided for all students as part of their $15 student health fee, and most major insurance plans are accepted by Borrego Health, and there are additional programs available for the uninsured. College of the Desert also plays an essential role in the well-being and safety of all Coachella Valley residents through our various first responder programs. Our Firefighter Academy covers the classroom educational components men and women need to become firefighters. Now we also conduct the Biddle test, a physical skills and abilities test that each firefighting student must pass as a prerequisite to entering the academy. Understanding the college admission process can be intimidating for any prospective student. For those who are in their first year, for those who are the first in their families to seek higher education, it can be even more of a challenge. For our first family night, hundreds of families came to campus to learn not just about the appropriate process, but also to find out what resources are available to help smooth the journey to higher education. This includes assistance on how to apply for financial aid and discover the state resources available for undocumented students. We are also proud to celebrate the achievements of our students, and we see that through a number of different public performances, displays, and competitions. Our culinary program is top-notch, and that was clearly visible to anyone who attended the Grand Salon. More than 85 students in the program enjoyed the opportunity to demonstrate their presentation skills in 3 different categories. Their skills were put to the test and judged by some of the top chefs across Coachella Valley. In addition to celebrating their efforts, this event put them in the forefront among key influencers as they embark on their culinary careers. More recently, College of the Desert Performing Arts performed Fan of the Opera at the McCallum Theater. This featured a musical performance by a 28-piece orchestra with special effects such as video projections, fog, and of course, a crashing chandelier, another stunning representation of our students' talents. This past year, we celebrated our 60th anniversary. Over the past 6 decades, we have served more than 125,000 alumni. All were invited back to homecoming this past fall, which featured a pre-game barbecue offering those who attended a chance to reconnect with one another and share stories about their time on campus. This year also marked the 50th anniversary of our nursing program. When it first began, this was a small but dedicated program to help meet the local need for health care workers. Today it has blossomed and is recognized as one of the top regional health care programs. The program partners with all 3 local hospitals and 15 other local medical facilities to offer hands-on training. More than 70% of our nursing graduates find jobs right here in the Coachella Valley. College of the Desert regularly offers assistance to help those in the community. This year we partnered with the Coachella Valley Community Tax Services to provide free income tax services to those earning less than $60,000 per year. COD provided space at our NDO campus for people to take advantage of this program. This is just another example of the work of Jessica Enders and her team to deal with issues and needs of East Valley residents. We hosted the Covered California bus on campus to encourage people, students, and the community members to sign up for health insurance. This helped call attention to the benefits of the program as well as key dates and deadlines. Other outreach efforts allow us to celebrate causes across the community. Students, faculty, and staff participated in the Palm Springs Pride Parade, the largest LGBT gathering in the Coachella Valley. We also participated in the Desert Hot Springs Pride Festival. Both events allow us to celebrate the diversity and unity of our LGBT community on campus and off. We hosted several several Marjorie Stoneman Douglas students who came to campus to share their experiences about the Parkland, Florida school shooting and call for change during the March for Lives event. The Pollock was full of students who came to learn how they can influence change on the local, state, and national levels. Closer to home, our students are actively working to make the world a better place, one volunteer at a time. I've already mentioned how some of our pledge students volunteer at Fine Food Bank. That is just one of many organizations benefiting from the 10 hours of community service pledge students must perform each year. This adds up to thousands of hours each year of additional assistance to many fine organizations throughout the desert. Many of our students are also volunteering with Martha's Village to assist our local homeless population. We hope to instill in our students not just a lifelong thirst for knowledge, but a long-term commitment to helping others. Just this past weekend, students from Alas Confituro, led by Jose Simo, volunteered to help migrant families in need at the Valley Missionary Program. The students organized activities for students and parents such as soccer matches, coloring, beanbag tosses, three-legged races, and more. In addition, they collected donations of much-needed basic supplies such as socks and undergarments. While these individual items are inspiring, the true reach of our success this past year is even more impressive when you look at the overall numbers. We currently have more than 1,600 students with 1,400 plus in the EDGE and Pledge programs and close to 200 more in the EDGE program exclusively. Our students are roughly 1/4 full-time and 3/4 part-time. 90% of our students are enrolled for credit, with the remaining 10% taking non-credit courses. This academic year saw the addition of 14 new programs and 57 new courses. Grant funding of nearly $7.5 million has been received so far this fiscal year. More than 14,000 students completed their student educational plans, an 87% increase since the 2011-2012 academic year. The college hired 26 new full-time faculty members this year, along with 57 new staff members. The college also added or renovated more than 30,000 square feet of space. This has been another successful year for all of us at College of the Desert, and I know I'm not alone looking forward to even a better 2019-2020 academic year. By constantly raising standards and removing barriers, we're making a true difference in the lives of our students by helping them improve their lives and achieve their dreams. Their brighter future are an inspiration to all of us, and I know the board joins me in thanking each member of our College of the Desert community for your work to create tomorrow. That concludes my presentation. Thank you. And I hope that's not because you're physically exhausted and you're glad. So.
No. I want to thank you for that preparation. I'd like to have a copy of your report. Yes. I think most of the board would, because there are many, many things that you brought back, refreshed our memory on, and it was wonderful to hear all of the things that our college family here has achieved, and the successes that we've had, and how we are really helping the students of the Coachella Valley achieve their goals and their dreams. Would any board member like to make any comments about the report?
Yes, I would. I think it was a wonderful report. But Joel, the most important thing you forget to mention is the kindness and it coming from your heart, that you do care for the success of the Coachella Valley and our students, because that's what it takes in education. So thank you so much from the bottom.
Anyone else? I know that was, there were things that I had never heard of, never even known about, and I know that I speak probably for all board members in saying that. And then, again, the refresher of many, many of the accomplishments that our faculty, our students have achieved, and just things that are really incredible for a small community college like we really are. There are so many that are so much larger that don't achieve the things that our students have and don't have available for their students that we have tried to provide for our students. That's not to say that we're where we need to be, because we can always go further, and I'm the first one to say that, but it means we've come a long way, baby, but let's keep going, okay? If there's no objection, we're gonna go back to consent agenda. Is that all right with you?
Sounds good.
Okay. I don't want to step on his toes twice in one day. Consent agenda. All items on the consent agenda will be considered for approval by a single vote without discussion. Any board member may request that an item be pulled from the consent agenda to be discussed and considered separately in the action agenda. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented?
So moved. So moved.
I have a motion. Do I hear a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Student trustee Vermont?
Aye.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? The motion has carried unanimously. Action agenda. There are no items pulled from the consent agenda, so we will move on to 16.1. This is the Board of Trustees, Board Policy 3550, Drug-Free Environment and Drug Prevention Program. This is a second reading. Do I have a motion to approve the Board Policy 3550, Drug-Free Environment and Drug Prevention Program for a second reading as presented?
So moved.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. It's been moved and seconded that we approve Board Policy 3550, Drug-Free Environment and Drug Prevention Program, second reading. Any discussion? Seeing none. Student trustee Vermont, your advisory vote, please.
Aye.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. This motion is carried unanimously. Board Policy 6900, Bookstore, second reading. Do I have a motion to approve the Board Policy 6900, Bookstore for a second reading as presented?
So, got it.
Okay, we have a motion. Is there a second? From the
Second.
gentleman that didn't, I don't know whoever you put down, you got the second one. Okay. So it's been moved and seconded to approve Board Policy 6900, Bookstore for a second reading as presented. Is there any discussion?
Yes, I do. I just have a quick question. Ed Code Section 81676, Auxiliary Services. So is that another board, or is that our auxiliary overseeing the management of the bookstore? Is this something?
That's
That is, we have an auxiliary board as well.
Sep-
Yes.
I'd like to get an update, and thank you.
In future.
Who in the future update to know who, what, just to always keep us informed of what's going on there.
Certainly.
Okay, any further discussion? Seeing none. Student trustee Vermont, your advisory vote?
Aye.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion is carried unanimously. Next action item is under the President's category. Resolution number 051719-1, Agreement to Establish Reduced Tuition Program. And it is, I believe everyone has a copy of it on your desk. Do I have a motion to approve resolution number 051719-1?
So
The
moved.
agreement to establish reduced tuition programs as presented. We have a motion. Is there a second? Thank you. It's been moved in second. Is there any discussion?
Yeah, so is this the only reduced tuition for out-of-state students that we're going to be providing just for Arizona students?
Would you, Dr. Nair, would you like to speak to that? One of the situations with Arizona and adjacent states, we have the latitude to work with adjacent states, and funding from the state is went to 0 for Arizona Community College systems. And so, and then even at the state level, we're seeing our undocumented students being targeted in Arizona. And so there are several factors here at play that we're concerned about. And Dr. Neary, if you'd like to add to that, that'd be great.
So just to echo what Dr. Kinnaman said, a few years ago, the state of Arizona actually won their case to charge undocumented students out-of-state tuition. So we had neighboring undocumented students coming here for education. And in addition to that, the board there removed all state funding for 2-year higher education institutions. So we've gotten an influx of students, and we modeled this resolution off of other California community colleges up north who had similar resolutions with Nevada. Palo Verde used to have one as well, in order to try to provide the maximum affordable education we can, considering what they are going through in Arizona. And right now, the maximum is 100 full-time equivalent students.
Thank you.
And I believe it is just for Arizona, though, for us, correct? Yes.
Is there any reason why we would look at expanding that to other states?
Do you know if the state chancellor office allows that, or we may have to research that? I knew they had the provision for adjacent states because you have a lot of campuses like if you have Feather River, like up at Reno, folks, I mean, they're right there basically on the state line, and they wanted to give those more rural colleges an opportunity to serve other students. Dr. Neary, are you aware of any others? Or?
We would have to research that. The only one I'm aware of is there were previous discussion with the Chancellor's office with the Western Undergraduate Exchange, which is a conglomerate of Western states that provide reduced tuition to each other. And that's a different avenue, but we would need to research that.
And because of the pledge program, I don't know exactly how much tuition costs here. How much more are these Arizona students paying than what the rest of our students are paying?
So our students in resident pay $46 a unit. Their rate is 3 times more at $138. But some of their tuition in Arizona is in the thousands.
Is there a state requirement for how low we're allowed to charge them? Or is that entirely up to our discretion?
For the out-of-state tuition, I believe that is set locally, just like our international student fee is, and but this would allow for you to have a unique amount for the Arizona students. But that is probably something we need to look at. It's been a while since I've exercise those brain cells, so we may want to go back and see if what I'm saying is accurate. So.
And then I know I'm kind of putting everyone on the spot here.
That's
but,
okay.
That's okay. What sort of factors are being put into that price tag of $138? There's not a ton of supporting information here to know exactly why that gets priced the way it does.
So we took copies of any California community college that did a resolution with a neighboring state, and the precedent set was 3 times what in-state students were charged.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That makes sense.
I'm glad she's here.
Yeah, no further questions.
No, go ahead.
No,
please.
Oh, good.
It takes a village.
Any more? More?
No, I'm done.
Okay.
I'm done.
I will ask, though, that we bring this back for a future study session, because we would like to have clarification on those items. And I think they are excellent questions, and we didn't mean to put the administration on the spot and trying to get answers and resolution to those before we take a vote.
But we're comfortable with being on the spot.
Well, that's good. But I want to make sure you're accurate.
We'll tell you when we don't know.
Okay. Okay, so is there any other discussion? Yes, trustee.
How many students from Arizona are we anticipate? Any idea?
So we're capping at 100, right? Go ahead.
And so we're capping based again on those other resolutions with legal review at 100 full-time equivalent students. But that means a full-time equivalent students is 30 units. So there's some students who might enroll 6 units, 9 units, 12 units, so a head count. We're not sure, which is why we did the resolution for a year, so we can come back to the board and tell you how many students applied, how many we were allowed to participate in our affordable education and provide demographics, because we're not sure what that wave will be, but we know that some of them are already here.
You also talked about, you mentioned Palo Verde Community College, which is a lot closer than we are to the state. You mentioned them in the past tense, they used to. Do they no longer have this similar resolution in place?
So they gave us their current copy of their last board-approved resolution. I don't know the dates on it. I would have to find that information out.
Right. It would surprise me if they're not, because the challenge that they have with declining enrollments, I would be surprised if, yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry, you just referred it to in the past tense, so that's made me kind of wonder whether or not. Okay.
Any other questions at this time? Again, I will, hopefully we'll get a future study session on this so that we can look into it so we're more prepared for next time that this comes up. Roll call vote. President Kinnaman, would you like to conduct this?
Student Trustee Ramont.
Aye.
Trustee Perez.
Aye.
Trustee Wilson.
Aye.
Trustee Sanchez Fulton.
Aye.
Trustee Yant.
Aye.
Trustee Steffa.
Aye.
Motion carried unanimously.
So that's 5-0. If you'll give that to Julia, please. Thank you. Okay, moving on. Vision for Success Goals. Do I have a motion to approve the Vision for Success Goals as presented?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Thank you. Is there any discussion on the Vision for Success Goals?
Is this posted on our website, if anyone, or is it on the I see that it's on the chancellor's, or where is someone to view this? Where do we find this?
Dr. Neary, are you the one that volunteered for this one? I thought so.
So it's right now posted as a document on our College Planning Council, which is a frontward-facing public website, yes. And once it's board approved, we have to post it in a public place so that it shows that our board approved our recommendations for goals for Vision for Success.
Okay, so any other questions?
I'm a little confused as to what some of this is referring to. Like we have a little rubric down here that's like the Goal 1 completion increased by 20%. I'm not quite sure what all of this means.
Could we have a recap or a rundown?
Yeah,
Thank you.
So a few months ago, we presented to the board AB 1809.
Yep.
The Chancellor's Office presented 6 goals for Vision for Success. And part of the Assembly Bill 1809 is that we have to create goals to make progress or achieve the Chancellor's goals in the first 4 goals. Goal 1 is completion, which, as you can see, deals with the degree, certificate, and transfer. Goal 2 is actually transfer, and those percentages on the top where it says increase by 20% or increase by 35% are set by the Chancellor's Office. And then below that is where we are at, what our state established benchmark is, and what change or progress we want to increase by in order to achieve those goals.
All right. Yeah. Thank you for the refresher.
Anyone else have any questions? Okay, seeing none, we have a motion and a second. No further discussion. Student Trustee Ramont, your advisory vote.
Aye.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion is carried unanimously. Next item, under Human Resources, tentative agreements between the Desert Community College District and the College of the Desert Faculty Association. Do I have a motion to approve the tentative agreement between the Desert Community College District and the College of the Desert Faculty Association as presented?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Is there any discussion? Well, I just want to say I'm very happy that we were able to make an agreement. Sometimes these go on into the summer, and I'm so glad we ended it before the end of the school year. So, moving on with that, Student Trustee Vermont, your advisory vote, please.
Aye.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? And this motion has carried unanimously. Now we're down to budget revisions. 19.01 budget revisions under administrative services. Do I have a motion to approve the budget revisions as presented?
So moved.
Okay, I have Trustee Yont has made the motion, and the second was made by Trustee Perez. Thank you. Is there any discussion? No clarification needed. Student Trustee Vermont, your advisory vote.
Aye.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I missed two people. Let me run that by again. All in favor?
Aye.
Oh, thank you. Okay, all opposed, same sign. Seeing none, the motion has carried. Thank you very much. Next one. Do I have a motion to approve resolution number 051719-2 for the temporary loan as presented?
So moved.
It's been moved. Do I have a second?
Second.
Discussion. Would you like to know why we need a temporary loan?
Yes, I would.
That would
All
be
right.
interesting. Thank you.
So, so as we cross over fiscal years, we come to the board annually and have this approved because of cash flow purpose. If we need to move money over, if the state doesn't provide us money as timely as it's needed, and as we're buying things for fall semester, so that we can be timely in ordering things so that it gets delivered in time for classes in the fall. We come to the board every year so that we can borrow from different funds for our cash flow purposes temporarily.
The state's never late, right?
No, they have been late before.
Thank you.
Are there any other questions or any more discussion on this? Seeing none, we'll have a roll call vote. President Kinnaman?
Student Trustee Vermont,
Aye.
Trustee Perez,
Aye.
Trustee Wilson,
Aye.
Trustee Sanchez Fulton,
Aye.
Trustee Yant,
Aye.
Trustee Stefan.
Aye.
Motion carried unanimously.
Thank you very much. And now we're down to 20 courses and programs approved by Curriculum Committee, academic year 2018-2019. Do I have a motion to approve the courses and programs approved by the Curriculum Committee for the academic year 2018? Excuse me. Should this be 2019-2020? Because we just ended the 2018-2019 school year. So for the last year?
Last year's?
But we're approving the one that's ending.
This,
2018-2019 is the ending school year.
So,
We're approving next year's, aren't we?
so to be offered next year, but the curriculum is part of the approval process within this academic calendar year, which is 18-19, even though it's the end of an academic calendar year.
Okay. Okay.
So you're approving the actions that took place during 2018-19 to be implemented for this
For
coming...
the next
Yes,
year?
yes.
Okay. Good thing I asked that question. Okay, as presented. So do I have a motion?
So moved.
Since that made sense to everybody but me, I'm still trying to process here. Okay. Okay, is there a second? And it's been moved and seconded. Did you get that, Julia? Okay, any discussion? Would you like to explain that further for my little pea brain?
Or I think Trustee Yon had something he wanted to...
Are we open to discussion?
Yes.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
I just want to express appreciation to the folks that worked on the course reactivation, basic peace officer training. You know, as we know, the sheriff intends to be hiring a significant number of people locally, and the problem has always been hiring people from out of this area to work for the sheriff's department. So this reactivation is very important, and we should be supporting it. It's local jobs.
Okay, anybody else? I want to thank the committee that worked on this. I understand what it's saying now, okay? And I apologize that my brain was just kind of on slow mode.
Can I also add
Yes.
that, I concur with Trustee Yant, and then I'm appreciate that also reactivation of the basic peace officer training module 1, which is a step towards us moving to the full public safety academy.
Yes. Okay. So, is there any further discussion?
Also, the one in particular that is the pharmacy technician, so needed in the Coachella Valley. That type of training in our pharmacies is very, very important, and I'm happy to see that that we're going to be having that. That's so critical. Thank you. In our medical.
Okay, anything else? Seeing no further discussion, where did I lose my place? Okay. Student trustee Vermont, your advisory vote, please.
Aye.
And all in favor?
Aye.
And opposed? And the motion has carried. We have someone out of the room, so I can't say unanimously, right?
He didn't vote.
Because he didn't vote. Okay, just so it's not down there. Okay, information, President, Administrative Procedure Review. The following administrative procedures are being brought as information. These procedures have been through the Executive Cabinet and College Planning Council. They are the basic skills coursework under tab 1, the grading and academic records symbols, the bids and the contracts. And please take a look at those. There were a lot of crossouts. There were a lot of new language put in each of these to get to where we have that beautiful all black page, if you look at the blue and the red one first. Okay, and some of them are rather long, but it does explain the process. Okay, moving forward, we have student trustee evaluation. And at this time, because this is our student trustee's last meeting, we have his evaluation here for all of us we've all, I believe, participated in this. And you'll notice we think very highly of our student trustee and the efforts and everything that he's done and accomplished this last year in the way that he's represented us. So you may take a look at that, and you might want to keep this for your scrap. Okay, and we'll try to get you a letter as soon as possible as well. All right.
Thank you.
And I thank you again for your service. I know it's a lot of work doing this, along with your regular schoolwork and then all your extracurricular activities that you're involved in. Okay, we are not going to go back to closed session. We have closed sessioned out of our brains. But future agenda items. Does anybody have anything for future agenda items? Yes.
I'd like to see a report on the Alumni Association.
All righty.
Not a report on alumni engagement, but if you even look on our website, the Alumni Association is no longer on there. It's alumni engagement. So, and there is a board, there are meetings, so if we could get a report on that. And also, Public Safety Academy. So now with the new module, I'd like to see a presentation on that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Next, any other trustees?
Just always wanted to get always an update on our wraparound services that we're doing here at the college. Just to get an update where we're at on those particular, the food scarcity, the bill that's going to be coming out on homelessness. I want to get an update on what's going on. Give us just, I think it would be really critical to hear about that. Also about, I would like to hear, there was another issue that I always bring up. I'll get to it. Oh, our mental health. I just wanted to get an update on that because I know I attended a mental health awareness day here on campus. I just want to get what's a study session on mental health in our campus and inform our students what is available and all the partners always that are doing this. Thank you.
All right. Any other trustees? I believe one of our trustees brought up earlier an update on auxiliary ed services. And also, as I mentioned, and we've also already commented twice, I think, on the established reduced tuition programs and health services. All right. So I'll wait 1 second here and ask our other trustee, is there anything you wanted on a future agenda item?
Not at the moment.
Okay, but if you think of one, you will
Most
contact us, right?
There's
Okay.
also one more, Madam Chair.
Yes, uh-huh.
The bookstore. Okay, I have gotten still a lot of concerns from students about open textbook. I know there's always a book available at the library, and there's a loan program on their books. Just a little more. I want to know a little bit more about, is there a program, just about the different types of programs available for the students on the cost of the books. Let's say you don't have the money or something, just let's have a study session and inform, because I've gotten a lot of concerns about that. Thank you from the public.
Okay, anything else? Okay, seeing there are no more business on our agenda, if there's no objections, I would like to adjourn the meeting, but I'd like for us to take one moment of silence in honor of the student that lost his life to save those of his classmates in the Colorado high school shooting that occurred. And so if you would, just take one moment, please, because that was quite heroic. Thank you very much. And this meeting is adjourned at 3:48.